What's good, YouTube? Welcome back. Today it is the LazyDaze Channel, and we're back at it again with some more history reaction for you guys today, and we're back on some HistoryMarche's content for you, and it's back on the Hannibal series, Battle of Ebro 217 BC. We're really enjoying HistoryMarche's content over here on this channel, so if you haven't already, please head over to his page. A link will be in the description box down below. And we're really looking forward to finding out some more about some Roman history over here on this channel on our Tuesdays. If you have any other suggestions, please drop them in the comments box down below. If you're enjoying our content, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. In this video you have Jack and you have Tubby, and we're just going to jump straight into this.
Let's do this.
Early in 217 BC, the Roman Senate is still reeling from the defeat at Trebia. But determined to strike back at Hannibal, they look to other theatres to try and shift the balance of war. The Roman army that was initially sent to stop the Carthaginian general from reaching Italy is now in Iberia with new objectives, under the command of Gnaeus Scipio.
Yeah, what can the Romans do in the Spanish Peninsula?
After first arriving in Iberia in early autumn of 218 BC, Gnaeus Cornelius Scipio Calvus defeated and captured Hanno, along with thousands of Carthaginian troops. He also seized the rich baggage train that Hannibal left behind when he marched into the Pyrenees Mountains while on his way to Italy. But despite this victory, Gnaeus lost many of his ship crews during Hasdrubal Barca's raid into the Roman enclave, which crippled his fleet. Luckily for the Romans, Hasdrubal was outnumbered 2-1, and he retreated soon after this minor victory, as he could not mount a full-scale offensive. Both generals used the winter months to regroup and plan for the coming year. The Roman general's main objective is to prevent Iberian reinforcements from reaching Hannibal by land. His second objective is to put pressure on Carthaginian holdings in Iberia by any means. From his base at Tarraco, Gnaeus spends months consolidating his position. He reaches out to various tribes to establish friendly relations through diplomacy and trade, and looks to broker alliances by offering the tribes protection against the Carthaginians. It doesn't take too long to persuade many locals to join the Roman cause, because just as most Gauls in Italy hate the Romans, so too the tribes of northern Iberia despise the Carthaginians. And although many communities are still apprehensive about confronting Carthage, especially those on the border, tribes further north of the Ebro eagerly ally themselves to Rome. Gnaeus also strengthens ties with the Greek cities, especially Massilia, a very prosperous city that commits to sending her experienced fleet to help the Romans.
Okay.
And as promised, Gnaeus dispatches garrisons to defend his allies over the coming months. He also garrisons the Ebro River, anticipating an invasion by Hasdrubal Barca in the spring, and arranges the purchase of food and supplies from the locals. In addition, he distributes the plunder taken from Hannibal's baggage train to his army.
That's good.
Which boosts
That's nice.
his popularity with
yeah.
the troops.
That would boost morale all over.
Across the Ebro, Hasdrubal Barca posts garrisons along the river to ward off Roman raids, and marches back to his winter quarters in New Carthage.
Pussy.
Hasdrubal currently has 15,000 troops at his disposal. But the manpower reserves and the riches of Carthaginian Iberia give Hasdrubal enough muscle to quickly respond to the Roman threat. He spends the winter months resting his army, raising funds for new recruits, and stockpiling provisions for the upcoming campaign.
Smart.
Ships are repaired, and additional ships are brought in, along with new ship crews, recruited mainly from the Turdetani tribes in southern Iberia. By spring of 217 BC, Hasdrubal musters a large enough army to mount an offensive against Gnaeus.
I like the map change.
Carthaginians march out of New Carthage. Hasdrubal personally leads the ground forces, while he puts the fleet of over 40 ships under the command of Himilco. The fleet sails along the coast, closely keeping pace with the army on land, under whose protection the crews can beach their ships every night to rest. While Hasdrubal initially had 15,000 troops after Hannibal departed from Iberia, it is unknown how many new troops he recruited for the campaign of 217 BC.
Okay.
But considering that Gnaeus received reports from his scouts of the approaching Carthaginians, and yet didn't follow his first instinct to face them in battle, it is safe to assume that the size of Hasdrubal's army was exceedingly strong, which dissuaded the Roman general from giving battle. Furthermore, Hasdrubal could potentially tap into his vast manpower pool, while Gnaeus won't be receiving any reinforcements for at least a year. Another reason for the Roman general to remain cautious.
Easy cleanup.
Gnaeus decides to march out of Tarraco and take up a defensive position on the Ebro, with his ships following close by.
I really like this map.
Aware that the Carthaginian fleet can flank him and cut his supply lines, he handpicks his best troops from the legions and loads them into 35 ships, some of which came from Massilia, with their experienced and reputable crews. With his fleet guarding his flank, the Roman general reaches within 15 kilometers of the Ebro. Gnaeus' plan is to concentrate his efforts on the sea. He temporarily stops and sends 2 Massilian ships to scout ahead. With his army vastly outnumbered, he recognizes that if Hasdrubal successfully surrounds or besieges his positions, the superior Carthaginian fleet could cut off the Roman seaborne supply lines. Therefore, his plan is to deal a knockout blow, or at least cripple the Carthaginian fleet.
Okay, makes sense, because obviously Rome is like getting all their positions from the sea.
The Carthaginians are encamped at the mouth of the Ebro, their ships still beached and unmanned since the night before. Looking to seize the fortunate opportunity, Gnaeus gives his ships the signal to attack immediately, hoping to catch the enemy off guard. They make haste towards the Ebro, formed in 2 lines. The higher quality Massilian ships are in the front, their crews leading the way, while the Roman ships are formed up behind them. However, Carthaginian scouts along the coast spot the enemy fleet and sound the alarm. Hasdrubal draws up his land forces on the beach and orders Himilco to embark his crews and put to sea straight away.
Okay.
The Carthaginians, although caught by surprise, have confidence in their ships. Hasdrubal's troops cheer on the crews as they close the distance to meet the Romans. 2 Massilian ships are intercepted. Himilco's men rushed aboard the enemy vessels. On the right flank, Carthaginian ships double up on the Romans. As they board the enemy, Himilco's crews begin overwhelming the Massilians and Romans on the right. Meanwhile, chaotic fighting spreads in the center as the Romans latch onto several enemy vessels. Gnaeus' men are firmly on the back foot and losing ground. The Carthaginians outpaced and outmaneuvered his fleet.
Not good.
But the battle-hardened Roman troops in the center hold their ground. Disciplined and organized, they slowly manage to turn the tide by sheer brute force. The legionaries begin pushing the Carthaginians back. In the chaotic fighting, they manage to sink 1 Carthaginian ship, together with its entire crew. Then another.
Oh.
Some of Himilco's men begin to waver. 4 more ships in the center are crippled and left adrift with their oars shattered. Seeing the gaping hole in their line, panic among some of Himilco's crews turns into a hasty, disorganized retreat toward the shore.
Didn't want to get encircled.
Hasdrubal can only watch as the Romans vigorously pursue his fleet. His troops can do little to help the retreating ships.
So one sunk, and then two are just left adrift.
Having his army deployed on the beach offered a clear and safe escape route for the ships, which may have motivated some of the crews to flee rather than fight and risk death. This would certainly explain the sudden collapse of morale among Himilco's men. The Carthaginian fleet finally reaches the shore. Crews beach their ships and hastily disembark, abandoning their vessels in search for safety within Hasdrubal's army.
Oh no, which
But the
Romans are
Romans
just
aren't
going
done
to
yet.
destroy the fleet.
They boldly continue towards the shore, despite the risk of running their ships aground or being attacked by Hasdrubal's troops.
I'm going to set fire to them.
Yeah.
To the average observer, it must have seemed like madness to come so close to the shore. But Nias is willing to take the risk. His ships rush in, quickly latching onto Carthaginian vessels
Nicking
that
them.
are still seaworthy, and begin towing them away.
So he didn't set fire to them, he nicked them.
Seeming stunned, the Carthaginians fail to react in time. Until they realise what has happened.
Right, careful lads, we're about to hit firebox. Hang on, he's got the tow rope. Right, where's he got? Oh, he's taken the fucking boat. That's genius,
Oh,
mate.
that's so
He didn't
funny.
set fire to him. He nicked the ones that
nicked
were
'em.
seaworthy.
He nicked him.
You absolute genius.
Yeah, man. My fleet is small. I'll just make it bigger with yours.
They nicked 25 of them, bro.
25.
Quick, lads, we need more rope.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus. Bro, no, I'm sorry. But if I'd just lost 25 ships, I'd be fucking... I'd be so much more happy. I'd be so much more happier if they set them alight. But you instead just nick the lot.
Yeah, just nick the lot.
Oh.
25
I hope he
ships.
gets executed like the drummer boy does. Honestly, what absolute horseshit.
What? Who get executed?
Whoever fucked that up, so whoever let 25 boats get nicked, go and join the drummer boy. Unbelievable, bro.
Oh, mate, I can't believe it. I can't even believe it, Jack. 25 ships. I wouldn't let you live that down.
No, I wouldn't live. 25 ships.
Tribes to rise against Rome, stretching Nias to the limit. But the Carthaginian general is also forced to deal with revolts in southern Iberia.
Oh, mate, it's just not going well for him.
Both sides spend over a year quelling revolts and regrouping. For the Romans, after a series of defeats suffered against Hannibal in Italy, news of Nias' success is much welcomed by the Senate. Encouraged, they make plans to send reinforcements to Iberia under the command of Nias' brother, Publius, whose term as consul ended a few months ago.
Okay.
Fully recovered from his wounds, within a year, Publius would arrive with 20 to 30 ships and 8,000 troops, along with food and supplies.
Nice.
Yeah.
However, it is Nias' perseverance at the Ebro that would prove to be the turning point of the war in Iberia. For the next 10 years, the Carthaginian Iberian coast would be undefended. Exposed to Roman raids, Carthage will have to divert a lot of manpower to defend its Iberian towns and countryside. And over the coming years, the Scipio brothers will pose a serious threat to the Carthaginian war effort.
Okay. Right after the Battle of the Ebro, a fleet of 70 Carthaginian ships sailed from Carthage to Sandria with the aim of reaching Pisa to reinforce Hannibal with men and supplies. The expedition was intercepted and finally repulsed during the summer of 217 BC. Scorpio achieved three major things at the Ebro. He reduced Hannibal's capability to reinforce Iberia, apparently secured supply lines across the sea, and established Roman dominance over the Iberian coast.
In the early 217 BC, two new consuls were elected, Servilius and Gaius Flaminus. But more on them next episode. We're terrible with names.
We are so bad with names, man.
And there's no more extra information on this one. Well,
Nice.
I really enjoyed that episode. What about yourself, Jack?
Yeah, man, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Really enjoying this story in general. We're probably just going to jump straight into the next one. But if you guys are enjoying our reaction, then like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. But we will catch you in the next video.
See you in a bit.